When you're in back, you're pinching your knees. When you have the harness grip, you're bringing your chin over your shoulder. This is so that if you get here, you can control where his head's at. If he's able to get his head to the mat, he can start to escape. You don't want that. And then also, if you're going for rear naked choke, you can use your chin to protect your hand, so it makes it harder for him to get a grip on that wrist and pull your hand in. So, just a few things to keep in mind when you are drilling your back step. It's that, like I said, you're pinching your knees, keeping him in close. So the first one we're going to be doing is a sliding lapel choke. It's a pretty basic back lapel choke. So we're here, we flip this collar open and feed our thumb in as high as we can get it. Then we grab thumb in on the other collar and we just give it a yank. That is to relieve any slack that might be left in the gi. Now, we're holding this down and we're just slicing this across. We're basically doing like the thing for, you know, on the slice your throat. That's what you're doing here. So, here. Flip the grip or the lapel open. Slide your thumb in as high as you can get it. Grab onto this. Well, I grab basically where my forearm ends. That's where I grab, and I just tug it a little bit, and then I'm just bringing my elbow back, and I'm just basically doing one of these. One more time. So here. Flip the collar open, slide our thumb in. I am also bringing my chin to that hand just for a little added protection on my grip. Then I'm just grabbing here, tugging and pulling this elbow back. I'm aiming basically to take my elbow over his shoulder. It doesn't usually get to that point, but that's where I would like it to go. The next one that we do is called the hell choke because it doesn't feel pleasant. So it comes off of the sliding lapel choke. You do the same thing. So when I'm flipping this grip, I'm flipping it so that I can put that lapel right into this part of my palm. It's a much more comfortable grip and it's a much more secure grip. So I'm getting this and something's happening, this isn't working, he's defending it, whatever. I'm gonna take this hand, I'm gonna shoot it to the elbow and then around his head, and I'm gonna finish like this. Yeah. The reason that I am shooting here opposed to just going here, since that seems like it's quicker, for someone my size, even against someone Zed's size who isn't that much bigger than me, I'm never gonna get this on him. There's just too much of a strength difference. So I like to go at the elbow because now I'm going where his arm is weakest, so I can bring it over and still get the choke. So again, I'm flipping this so that I can put it really comfortably into my palm. And I'm trying to get my thumb as deep into his collar as I can possibly. Now with this one, we don't have to worry about slack as much, and typically this is coming from them like fighting the other lapel or doing something to where the sliding lapel choke just isn't gonna happen. So I shoot at the elbow, bring it around, I'm taking the back of my palm, brushing the back of his head, and just bringing everything out this way. This one is part blood choke, part windpipe choke. 100% uncomfortable. So, okay. Flipping this collar, putting it into my palm. And I'll also, if I feel like I'm a little too loose, I'll give myself a couple of tugs to get my hand in a better position. Then I shoot to the elbow, bring it around, brush his hair with the back of my hand, and just pull everything. His neck is in this space right here, and then I'm taking it and taking all of that space out with his neck still being in there. Off of having this grip. So typically you'll get this grip because they're going to be hand fighting, and so you'll just go here, switch grips, get back here. So he goes to fight. You're grabbing with the hand that's on top of the harness grip, then double grips, and then going back to grabbing your own wrist. So we're in this figure 4 grip. Now, I have decided I don't want to choke him. Maybe we've rolled before and he's just really good at defending it, or he knows my game and he, you know, now he won't let me do anything. So I'm gonna bring my arm around his head. This foot goes to the hip. I'm gonna kick his hip so that he moves, as you can see. Then we bring this leg around and sit for an armbar. So, for anyone that has not seen an armbar before, my feet are on that side of his body. This leg is staying heavy on his head. His number one defense when I'm first going into an armbar is going to be to set up. And if I'm really light with this, he's just going to set up. And now, I did all the work and I've got nothing. So I'm gonna make sure this is staying heavy. I do that by slightly turning my knee towards the top of his head. My knees are pinched. His arm, my legs are pinched to the point where his arm is not actually touching my crotch at all. You'll see this a lot where guys will complain about racking themselves with arm bars. It's because they're not pinching their knees enough, so that their thighs aren't touching. My thighs are touching, so that he's not actually touching my crotch at all. Now, I'm gonna lay to this side, and then roll flat to my back. His thumb is pointed up, and I'm just gonna pull down ever so slightly as I hip up. And I'm doing that very slowly.
This is called the straightjacket system. I spent my late 30s in a straightjacket, so I'm very familiar with it. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm here, and so Levi is gonna try to break my grips, right? So what I like to do is I'm gonna get opposite hand control, all right? And I have this hand, my right hand is gonna grab Levi's hand right on the knuckle line. This is legal in jiu-jitsu, all right? As long as you grab here, all right? So I'm here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for his other one when I can, and I'm gonna do the same thing, all right? Basically, we're holding hands here. This is called the straightjacket system because, you know? So I'm here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transition to a body triangle, all right? Taylor's a huge fan of this, all right? So this foot is gonna come to the hip, and this goes across his hip line. And depending on how long your legs are and how flexible you are, you can lock this up. It's really nice because if I let go of my hands, this is better control versus just having my traditional hooks in, just because it's tight. And also, you can squeeze the shit out of your partner and make him lose his spleen, you know?
Yeah.
I lost my spleen when I was about 45. So it's been a while. Anyways, so now I'm here. What am I gonna do? Something really cool. I'm gonna take this hand, all right, and I'm gonna push it here, and I'm gonna open up my body triangle, and I'm gonna trap, all right? I'm gonna trap here, and I'm gonna bring it back. Now, there's a couple options. You can bring this behind the back, but you know, Levi's been getting, you know, straightjacketed since his early 30s too, so he'll probably, you know, just whip it out. So what I can do is I can just lock that body triangle up again, all right? And now it keeps the arm trapped. And notice what I did, because my legs are not the size of Taylor's legs, is I hiked up my leg, all right? So I moved it higher up his waist, all right? So now I'm here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm still here, back is on him. I don't know if you guys remember that laser nipple analogy that I used the other day. It still stands, all right? I'm gonna bite with my chin on his shoulder. Sorry. I'm gonna take this hand, grab here, and now in the wise words of John Danaher, I have isolated his hands. I have, right? It's true, man. I have a free arm, and he has no free arms, right? This is gonna be my strangle arm. So I come in here, and I can just grind away and grind and grind and grind. Right? So, he just wasn't expecting it. All right. So I'm here, boom, and I can finish the choke here. If Levi, if his head is down, like you'll have to dig for it a little bit. You can rub on his face. I mean, you have a free hand and he doesn't have any free arms, so you're good, right? I like to come here, grab the back of the shoulder, all right? And if I can finish it here, I'll think about bringing my elbow to my hip, right? And I can come in here, but if I really need to, I can let go of this grip and then just sink in a traditional rear naked choke, all right? So now, we come to the weak side because you have hella options. Think of the back as like a launch pad for different kinds of attacks, all right? So here, we're gonna do what I always like to do, which is rip people's arms off, okay? So notice, same grip here. I'm gonna transition to that kimura grip, all right? You can, if you want, you can keep this grip and push the head away. I don't like that. What I like to do is I like to get that kimura grip and grind my elbow into the ear. And as I do that, this is a leg. Yeah, sorry guys, this leg goes over Levi's head, and I'm here and I flare it out, all right? With that good strength. And when I come here, boom. All right, pinch my knees so I don't, rack myself? That's what Alex said. And then whichever side the back of the hand is, I'm gonna go to that side first, boom. And then I bring it up here, thumb is up, knees are pinched, bring this down and elevate my hips. And it's really cool because it's literally there from the straightjacket because you're laying on the side of the underdog. So I'm here, boom. I'm here threatening the choke. I come here, get this grip, fish for this one, come to this side, get the body triangle, lock it up, push the arm, lock this through, all right? If I need to, I can lock the body triangle up again. Come here, get this grip, switch, kimura grip, boom. Use my forearm to push against him. Let go of the body triangle, get this leg out, flare it. Sorry about that. Here again. Come here. Stay heavy with the top leg, guys. Super important. Come here, pinch the knees, turn to the side that the back of the hand is facing. Boom. From here, elevate my hips. There we go. All right. So now I'm here and like I get the arm bar, right? But maybe for some reason like I'm just not getting it, right? So then what I'm gonna do, right? So say he manages to get his arm underneath my leg, right? So at this point I'm gonna bail on the arm bar because this is like I don't feel like I'll be able to get it, right? Because as I push, he's pushing against or as I pull the arm, I'm pulling on my own frame. So what I'm gonna do, whip this around, right? And I just come up, right? So this is like that combat mount that we were talking about. I'm not even gonna stay here. I'm gonna come all the way here. And I'm gonna step this leg across, like I'm doing a kimura. All right, this is like usually the traditional kimura. We're gonna do the short arm kimura. So what I'm gonna do is this arm that's grabbing my arm, I'm gonna sink it through all the way, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try to grab my bicep, and if I can get back to my tricep, I'll do that. This hand comes around, and I'm just gonna grab my own tricep. So I'm here. So I come in super deep, grab my bicep, this one comes around, grabs the tricep, and it goes over his forearm underneath the elbow, all right? So I'm here. My next step is to get my chest and his shoulder to the mat. So I come here, all right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprawl. I'm gonna sprawl on the hip that's closest to his head. I'm here, and so there's this space here. What I'm gonna basically do is I'm gonna bring his shoulder and his elbow that way, and I get it, all right? I like this because when I do this move specifically on bigger guys because I have trouble finishing the kimura on guys that are stronger than me. But this way I can isolate the arm and the shoulder because I'm using my entire chest, and I can add more weight to it, which is why I like this.